The Book of Boba Fett. My. Boba Fett's story is just beginning. As it was teased in the surprised end credit sequence following the season finale of The Mandalorian, the legendary bounty hunter will continue in the Book of Boba Fett. Ooh boy! Jon Favreau, the executive producer of The Mandalorian, confirmed on Good Morning America that the new series is currently in production, and it will arrive December 2021 on Disney+. The Book of Boba Fett will be set within the timeline of The Mandalorian, and star Tamara Morrison as the titular bounty hunter, along with Ming-Na Wen as Fennec Shand, and most importantly, which I'm really excited about this part, is Robert Rodriguez is joining Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni as the executive producer. That after credits scene, man, I mean, Bib Fortuna, Jabba's old right-hand man, sitting on his old throne in the old palace, and then Fennec enters and she's shooting all the guys around him, and there's blaster shots going everywhere in all directions, and then she frees the blue dancing girl, which was kind of nice touch, and then Boba enters, and Bib's all like, "Boba, I thought you were dead." And then he just shoots him dead, and then he takes his place on the throne of Jabba's old palace. What an amazing sequence and great cliffhanger. There was a lot of confusion among fans and speculation that this spin-off might function as a stand-in for Mandalorian Season 3, or it would become Mandalorian Season 3. But Lucasfilm did announce that this was a separate show and that the flagship series, The Mandalorian, would begin production on its third season next year to run following Book of Boba Fett. So it sounds like next year we're going to get Mandalorian Season 3 and the Book of Boba Fett. That's pretty exciting. But why didn't they announce it with all the other slew of Star Wars shows at the Disney Investors Day? Well, you can thank Jon Favreau, because he confirmed also on Good Morning America that he asked if he could keep it a secret, and he's very glad that they did. I think we're all kind of glad that they did, because one, we didn't expect to see anything at the end of the credits, right? That hasn't happened yet. And also, we didn't expect a new TV show announcement or a Boba Fett announcement. So it was two shockers in one, and it was a great one at that. But the question is, what is this show going to be about? What do we know? Well, all we know is who Boba Fett is. For those of you that want to speculate with me, we have to take a look at some of the old Legends novels and comics, and The Mandalorian, to predict what could happen next. Now, we know about the status of Mandalore in The Mandalorian, right? We know that something bad happened to it, and people are straying away from it. The Empire tried to take over. Something happened, now it's in this kind of bubble, right? And so what's predicted to happen in The Mandalorian in Season 3 is that they're going to go to Mandalore and try to seize control of it again. And we're all, of course, looking forward to that standoff between Din and Bo-Katan, because she needs that Darksaber. She wants that Darksaber really bad. She's like, she's got her heart set on it, man, and she's really looking forward to it. So we know we're going to get back to Mandalore, and I would assume in the Book of Boba Fett, it might lead to that as well and tie in with Season 3 of The Mandalorian. So I think all these characters are going to reunite again in some fashion. Now, in Legends, Boba Fett eventually becomes the leader of Mandalore, also known as the Mandalore. Now, he gained this status through a bizarre tale in which he was hired to kill the existing Mandalorian leader, but only did so as an act of mercy. You see, the leader, Shaisa, saved Fett's life on the planet Shogun, but was mortally wounded in the process. Fett killed Shaisa to provide a quick and honorable death, but he was also bound to honor his last request. And that last request was that Boba Fett becomes the new Mandalore. This position did not include day-to-day administration, but it did require general leadership, especially in times of crisis. And Fett stood to his word and stood to his ground, and he did lead Mandalore, and he was a good Mandalore. Fett helped Mandalorians fight back against the Yuzong Vong invasion, and later he helped economically restore Mandalore by recalling various scattered clans to one central location and aiding them in locating a valuable new mineral that could regain strength after losing many of the wars and losing many warriors and resources fighting the Vong. So it's possible we could see this kind of come into the Boba Fett series. What we do assume going forward is that he is going to go into an underground gang, right? And kind of a crime lord, since he's taking up the throne at Jabba's palace. I think that's a great introduction to what this show could be about. We know he's probably going to stay on Tatooine because Jabba would run all the crime on Tatooine. And now that he has his place, it's possible he'll be seeking revenge on a bunch of people that did him wrong, but also maybe he's trying to convert it. Maybe through this time after surviving the Sarlacc pit, it made him rethink who he wants to be as a warrior. Maybe he wants to do good. I do see Boba Fett as a potential leader, and a good leader at that. He's shown courage and strength and honor in some of the battles we've seen him in The Mandalorian, but also in some of the Clone Wars as well. Very slight, but it's still there. Now, I really am looking forward to this Book of Boba series, but I would really love it if it tied into him becoming the Mandalore. I just think that would be really cool. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that Boba Fett has what it takes to become the Mandalore? Or do you think they've established already that he's going to have his own entire show all about him and being a crime lord on Tatooine? But here's the other thing. Since he's already seeking revenge on those that did him wrong, such as Bib Fortuna, who he killed in that palace, is it possible that another person he is seeking revenge on is either Han Solo or Luke Skywalker? I mean, if you were in Boba Fett's shoes, wouldn't you want to be the one who went after Han Solo after he just threw you into the Sarlacc pit? By coincidence, but still. He's the one who drastically changed the events of your life and had you restart from the ground up, and you had to go search for your armor and get your honor back and then go kill Bib Fortuna, and I would assume he'd go get revenge on other people thereafter. It's an interesting theory, and it could tie into Lando as well. I definitely believe Alden Ehrenreich is going to make an appearance in Lando as Han Solo again. I totally believe that. But it also could tie in to the Book of Boba. And this also leads back to Luke reappearing in the Mandalorian timeline series, any of them. And I definitely think he's coming back too. And me and my co-host of the Mando Talk Show, we discussed why Boba Fett wasn't in the last sequence of the Mandalorian finale. And we believe it's because, if he was there and he saw Luke Skywalker again, instantly he would probably want to kill him, just as he did Bib Fortuna. So it makes sense that they didn't have both those characters in the same spot, because Luke Skywalker was one of the enemies of which the people he was hired by. But I could definitely see Han Solo coming back and him wanting revenge against Han Solo. But we have to wait and see. 1 full year of speculation. Either way, I'm really excited. Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. If you want to hear more and you want to speculate with me, please subscribe and put a like on this video. Comment down below what you think. What do you think is going to happen in this series? I mean, it's kind of unknown at this point. They're in production and we didn't even know about it. So it's all very exciting. Anyway, somehow, some way, somewhere this week, may the Force be with you. I'll see you soon.